So hello and good evening, this is Ruth from Curbal.com, and today I am actually going to show you or to give you my Google Analytics custom connector in Power BI, okay? And I wanted to make emphasis on the word personal, because this is a connector that I have done for myself, for my own website. So this is nothing I've done for a customer, and as such is not like 100% ready. It fits my needs, but it still needs some work. And I'm going to show you exactly what's been done and what's not. And you have two choices. Either you wait for me to finish it, or I have a customer that needs it and I'll finish it and give it to you guys, or you help me build it. So either way works. But without any more delay, let's go into it. Okay, I am going to show you first what it is, what it does, then I'm going to show you what it does not, and then I'm going to give it to you and show you how to install it. So let's begin. Okay, so here we are in Power BI, and this is one of my personal Google Analytics reports. This is for Curbal website. And if you go into edit queries, I'm actually building these using the custom connector that I built, okay? And these are the tables that I download, the parameters and stuff, but this is the function that you are going to get once you install the custom connector. And what you will be able to do here is basically do the same as you will do with any other custom connector that is available out there. You will be able to select the dates, and then you will be able to put your Google Analytics account, metrics, dimensions, sort, filters, and max results. As you can see, I don't have all the parameters in yet. I have the ones that I'm using at the moment. But for example, one of the big ones is segment. It's very easy to add, so I don't think this is a big problem. You can add it yourself to the code. I will eventually add it myself. So if you don't really know exactly how to do it, I'll try to show you. You can actually wait for me to do it. As you can see here below, there is an HTTP site, and this links actually to Google Analytics Query Explorer. And this is this one. And this is basically a way to play with the API, and they will give you the results that you need. And it will also show you how to build the URL query. So this is basically for developers to create an app. But I think it's very useful also for analysts if you don't understand this a lot. Here you will be able to, choose the metrics and dimensions that are available. You will not be able to do that in my. That is also a improvement possibility. As you can see here, there are only text. It could perhaps be a drop-down box or something with all the available measures and metrics and dimensions, but at the moment I just write them by hand. If you don't know what to write in here, I have a resource for you, and this is the API Explorer for Google Analytics. It basically has all the metrics and all the dimensions available on the API. And if you want to look up something, you can either search, or you can just, go in and check the, click on the link. Once you click, it will show you a new page, and here you have a definition of what that thing is. It will give you the name. This is what you have to put into the connector. And then it will tell you if it's a metric or a dimension and that kind of stuff. I own this website, so if you find this helpful, just rate it and give me a comment. Oh, I don't have the comments on. I will have to put them on. Okay, anyhow, this is, I use it all the time for the Google Analytics reports. I think it's very useful. But just check it out. I will leave a link on the description box in case you want to use it. But with this said, let's move into the code. I've actually created a repository on GitHub, and it is called Google Analytics Connector. And here is the code you need to build your own connector based on my code. And I'm going to go through these step by step so you can actually follow along, okay? And for that, I think I have to remove the connector I have already. Just a second. So if we go here, these are the two connectors I have. This one I'm going to take it away. So we put the new one that we're going to create. That would be the best. So, okay, what you have to do is you have to go here. I will leave this link also in the description box below. And what you're going to do is you're going to clone this stuff. So you can either download it as a zip, as you like, or you can open it in the desktop. I'm going to open it in GitHub. If you've never done this before, you will have to install a GitHub program. And the good thing about this is that it links directly to GitHub. So you can actually get the updates by clicking sync in there, okay? So that's the neat thing. So once you have it there, actually go to the folder. Perhaps, GitHub users are going to think I'm mad. But here I have what I've just downloaded. You need Visual Studio, and I actually posted a video on Monday on how to build custom connectors in Power BI. I'm going to do this a little bit fast, so if you don't really hang along, just check that other video because everything is in there, and then what settings you need, and if you haven't done it before, check that video first and then come here. That's my recommendation. So I might forget to say something here that is important, okay? But you need the Visual Studio. There is a Visual Studio free version called Community, I think, Developer Community or something like that. And once you have it, you just click on that file. And then you will get here a list of files. Let's see. It's not that one, it's that one. So now this code is based on Miguel Escobar's code for YouTube Analytics. He has actually made let's put it in there. I'm going to put a link to this also. He has actually made a connector for getting YouTube Analytics data. I'm using that too. It's fantastic. And you can apply the same steps I'm doing with this connector if you want it, okay? So the thing is that all Google services use the same authentication. So once you know one, you know them all. And you can create connectors for all the services. It's actually fantastic. Okay, so let's go back to Visual Studio, and there is two things you need to do. You need to enter your app key and your app secret, and you don't need to do that in Miguel Escobar's. He's actually giving you access to his project. I have too much data, so I cannot really do that. But I'm going to show you how to get your own project and put it in here. Okay, I think in long term is a better solution. So for that, you have to go to the developers console for Google, and you have to create a project. Okay, and what you need to do once you've created a project, I have another video on that, on how to create projects, is you need to create a web client, Power BI. This is the name I gave it, but you need to create a web client. And this is the configuration you need to do. You need to put these URI, okay? So once you've done that, you save, and then here you have the client ID and the client secret. I am going to hide it because I haven't created a new project, but this is just numbers, okay? So there's nothing exciting to see. So you copy the client ID, go to Visual Studio, and you put it in there, and then you copy that, go to Visual Studio, and you put it in there. And once you've done that, you click on Build Solution, and that's it. What will happen is that the file is going to end up in there. Okay, so now you have your Google Analytics connector. Easy, right? What you need to do now is you copy it, and you've created under Documents. If you watch the video I told you on Monday, you go to Microsoft Power BI Desktop, Custom Connectors, and you paste it there. Now this is important. You have to close all Power BI files you have open, or at least you have to open a new one, because the custom connectors load when you load a new Power BI file. So you cannot just reuse the one that you have opened. Okay? So let's open the Power BI file. And here you have it, Google Analytics connector. If you've done it correctly, it will show up there. If it doesn't show there, you've done something wrong. It's just very easy. What you're going to get again is this function that I showed you in the beginning. You click on Edit. And this is very easy to use. Again, it is the same as this Query Explorer. You select the date. You put your Google Analytics account ID. You put the metrics, GIA sessions, and I don't know, date, for example. And let's not put anything else. You click on Invoke, and then it will tell you you need to authenticate yourself. I'm already signed in as different user. This is a little bit buggy, but it always works, so don't worry about that. And here you have it. So now you have access to Google Analytics directly to the API, not without Microsoft Power BI connector. As you can see, it returns the GA date, GA sessions. Microsoft Power BI connector does not that. It just translated to the real name. And I really don't like that. You know why? Because they are using the names that I want to use on the report. And now we can change the name of the dimensions, right? But we couldn't do it before. And that was quite annoying. So you couldn't have like two sessions. You have to call it like sessions and sessions 1 or whatever when you try to do a simple measure. So I'd rather have them like this and give them the name I like. What else to say? Let's go back here, because again, I made this connector for myself, so it's not perhaps the most beautiful code in the world, and Miguel Escobar has actually improved the code for his YouTube channel, and I took an earlier version of what he did, so his code is so much more beautiful. So if you want to help me upgrade it, here you have it, just go for it. I will really appreciate it. Another thing that you need to take into account is that the API limits are still there. You have 50,000 requests per project per day, and that could be increased. You have to pay. And you have 10 queries per second per IP address. What this will probably do is that you will not able to download all the data at once, especially if you have a lot of data or you have a website that has been active for a long time. And in that case, what you can do is actually store the Google Analytics data into an SQL. That's what I've done. And pull data from the SQL, and then you can pull data from Google Analytics, new data. And then in that case, you actually are building like a mini data warehouse with all this important data, and you can query it everywhere else that you like. There are ways to actually remove this limitation, kind of. I just haven't had the time to do it. So if you want to give it a go, please, everything is here at your disposal. So just go for it. I would love to see what you actually can develop after what I've done. Now, not all the Google Analytics parameters are available, but they can easily be added. Let's go back here and let's see how this code looks like. Let's see. Here are the actual parameters, you know, for the function. So you have start date, end date, ID, metrics, dimension, source, filter, and segment. You can add one here. You know, if there's something like, oh, I really want to have. So just put it in there. You put it in there. You put it in here. Not in there. Sorry. You put it in there. You put it in here too. And you put it in here. And you're good to go. Right? So it's easy. You can modify this because this is such a simple connector. For example, Miguel Escobar, he actually gave you like some ready-made queries. I know Google Analytics quite well, so because again, this is just a connector for myself. I just did it so I could query it as I like in this query explorer. So there is still some work to do. So hopefully you help me build this. It will be quite fun. And then again, you need to create your own project in the Google Developer Console to make this work, okay? So you need to be able to pull from your own data, but it's very easy to do now that I've shown you how to. So yeah, now you can build your own Google Analytics custom connector. Even if you don't use Google Analytics a lot, just give it a go, try it, because it's quite a fun thing to do. And if you want to use segments, you cannot do it with a custom connector. If you want to do like date intervals, you cannot do that easily with a custom connector either. So this way you have full freedom as to how you query your data from Google Analytics. I think it's awesome. Again, it needs some work, and I would truly appreciate if you can help me build this further. I will definitely do and continue, updating GitHub. Right now I have everything I need, so I don't see myself updating this for the moment, but I will in the future. Yeah. Okay, long video today, but hopefully it was useful. If you like this video, let me know by liking it. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let me know in the comment box or any of the social channels listed below. Make sure you share this video because I know there's a lot of people that would like to get this own connector on Google Analytics. And subscribe. I publish Power BI videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday mainly for Power Query. And then Wednesday, anything that comes up my mind, and Friday would be DAX Fridays. So we go through DAX functions and DAX calculations. Last but not least, click the bell if you want to receive notifications when I publish new videos. Other than that, have a fantastic evening. Bye.